Under federal law, there are 16 types of natural disasters eligible for federal funding, but extreme heat is not one of them. A group of Democratic lawmakers is proposing legislation to change that. Now, according to Nevada Senator Jackie Rosen, one of the legislature's co-sponsors, declaring extreme heat as a major disaster would allow states and local governments to request funds for things like more cooling centers and air conditioning. Now, this proposal comes a month after dangerous and record-breaking temperatures gripped nearly half of the country. Pleased to say Jean Sue joins us now. She's the Energy Justice Director at the Center for Biological Diversity. Jean, extreme heat, it is responsible for the highest number of annual deaths among all weather-related hazards. So why is it not considered a natural disaster like the other 16 defined under the Stafford Act?
Thanks for having me, Kelly. Absolutely. That is the central question. So this act is the act that governs disasters, and listed within it is nowhere can we see extreme heat. What's happened is that extreme heat, since the Stafford Act was created, has become, as this graph shows, the #1 weather-related killer across the United States. But FEMA has never declared an extreme heat natural disaster.
And a similar bill was proposed and eventually blocked back in 2024 to do just this. So what's different about this legislation?
So this is the same exact legislation as before, and it's coming from 3 Congress members who are really at the heart of extreme heat disaster here in the United States, so Nevada, Texas, and Arizona. And it didn't pass last year, and they're still trying to get this on the radar in the United States overall. The important part about this is the climate emergency continues to drive up the heat every year. So last year we had a record extreme heat, which topped the year before. And this year, we're also expected to top it again. And the point is that there's nowhere in the federal government right now, much less at the state level, that actually has a comprehensive plan to tackle this #1 weather-related killer. So the whole point of this bill is to get much necessary federal funding down from the president to states so that they can do very common sense things that are not happening on the ground right now. And that includes cooling centers, especially in poor areas, air conditioning, as well as rooftop solar and storage, because are the types of energy systems that have been able to handle extreme heat.
Critics of the bill argue that the Stafford Act, it's designed to pay for impacts to infrastructure caused by natural disasters, where the majority of resources a state might need for extreme heat can be addressed through hazard mitigation grants. I've got about 30 seconds. Your thoughts on that?
So FEMA absolutely has the ability to build. Their entire infrastructure is there to build the types of cooling centers, air conditioning, and rooftop solar and storage. They are accustomed to only addressing property damage. But now, in this state of a climate emergency, death from extreme heat doesn't come in the form of property damage. It comes in the form of lives. And how to save lives and not stop them from dying is getting up that type of infrastructure. And FEMA has the ability to do that. But with the Trump administration and its gutting of FEMA, we are now at a stage where state governments need to step up and get that funding and build that infrastructure on the ground too. And they absolutely have the ability to do that. They do not need to rely on the federal government if it's not willing to help.
Jean Sue, appreciate your time today.
Thank you.